Are you a happy comedian these days?
Yeah, I don't know. Am I a comedian?
Are you not?
I'm a happy. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know. I'm a guy.
You're what people would say, and I would agree to, one of the funniest guys in the biz.
Oh, that's very sweet of you.
But you're not.
This and that.
You're not. Are you not chasing it? Are you not wanting it? Are you still doing it in your own way? Or I'm talking based on I'm assuming that you getting out of the podcasting thing was you just taking a break from things. Is that fair to assume?
Yeah, I literally we did the 10-minute podcast for like 6.5 years or something. And then, I just didn't want to do it anymore. Am I happy? I'm happy to be in the business. I'm happy to still be doing what I do.
I know how to frame that question better, and I know where it came from. When I messaged you, whenever it was, 2 years, the first time, you didn't say, I don't do podcasts anymore. You said, I'm done with comedy, or I don't like comedy anymore.
Yeah,
or
I
something
just like
that.
to say that I don't like comedy.
What truth was there in that? There's got to have been something.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't know. I think that most people that do comedy fucking hate it, have a heavy disdain for comedy, and the info that comes from that data. What I'm talking about is laughter. Hate it. Hate
laughter is information.
I hate laughter as information.
Wait,
I hate
but
laughter
I need it
as a currency.
But I want to be, because I do have a hard time knowing, because I'll always be playing, and I am very interested in this. Are you I'm assuming you're joking. You don't hate laughter.
No, I guess I don't hate laughter. No, I like laughing. I like to laugh. I love laughing.
What is the hating of comedy?
No. I don't hate comedy. I don't hate comedy. I think that comedy's pretty useful. You need it. It's like music, right? You need that shit. I don't necessarily want to make comedy all the time.
Yeah.
Or at all. I think it's important to just kind of make it when you want to make comedy, and when you don't. See, I'm laughing.
I connect to that, make it when you want to make it.
Yeah, just do,
and when you have deadlines, you have to do it. It's exhausting.
Sure, of course. We all have to work, You have to do comedy.
Right. Is Dudesy going to remain a funny podcast because you're a funny person, or could it turn into something that is another genre that you?
Some of the things that we do on Dudesy are just merely conversations. I kind of it is a comedy podcast. That's part of the AI. It literally writes jokes. It'll be like, here, do, like, as an example, in the first episode, it's like, you do a Hulk Hogan impersonation. No, I will not. And but news segments are popular in podcasting world, and it just kind of takes things, puts them together. Here's Hulk Hogan reading the news, but then it shits out a bunch of news stories, and you're doing it it's literally just throwing things together. And also it is learning. It's learning from, it basically says that it's going to make every episode better based on the last episode. So the first episode out of the gate, it was very rudimentary, sort of like, do this, and you do it. And that was actually fun for me. I liked doing it, and I was laughing while I was doing it, because I was like, what the fuck is this script that it's given us, talking about the Oscars or whatever sort of political issue. And it's from this AI, which is fun. To me, it's a breath of fresh air, because sometimes I think it's hard to lean on what you think is funny and go, hey, everybody out there, subscribe to it. Subscribe to this version of comedy. It's so subjective. And you find your listeners, you find the people that are into what you're doing. But I really enjoy just throwing it to this thing and going, I'm not responsible for any laughs that may happen. You know what I mean? I don't want to go into podcasting. I don't want to walk into that room going, okay, here we go. Here's some funny things that I've planned.
Right.
If it's funny, it's funny. Yeah. In the future, it could just be, it could develop into a cooking podcast. I have no idea what's going to happen.
So the AI is basically your producer.
Yep.
It's just a producer telling you what to do, and but it's doing it in its own way. It's making it its own. Have you ever been on a set where you do something and like you do it the way it's scripted, and they have a little extra time, so the director says something like, do it your way.
Yeah.
And then you kind of make it your own?
Yeah. What do they do? What do they call that? Third or fourth take? Fifth, sixth take?
This is going to sound cocky.
Yep. First take for you?
But it's second take.
Second take.
Yeah.
So the people that you're working with are kind of like, ugh, I don't even know what I shit out here with this script. Rick, fix it.
No. We do it, and they have it.
Yeah,
because we did it once.
So you just need one take to get what they want.
Sometimes they fuck up with, like, if they need something different with the choreography, with the cameras or something.
They fuck up. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm picking up.
Or they didn't figure it out yet. They haven't figured it out yet. You know. But as far as the performances, I give them what they need, and then they say make it your own, and then I always I kind of do my own thing, you know, because I know my voice.
Yep, it's important for a performer to know whose voice is theirs.
Mm-hmm. Well, you were saying it with podcasting. Like, what's your favorite movie
of all time? Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Okay. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles monologue. So I would have done it the way that, you know, that John Candy did it, let's say. And then I would make it my own. So here's an example. So before it would look like this.
Honey, I'd like you to meet Del Griffith. He's got some amusing anecdotes for you. Oh, and here's a gun so you can blow your brains out. You'll thank me for it.
And then it would go like this. Hey, Bill, how's your dick?
What came first?
So.
Yeah. No, I think I understand what you're saying.
So it's kind of like that.
It is exactly like that.
Do you ever think about there's something that I want to talk about that the AI isn't guiding me, so I can't do it?
Yes. And that's become sort of a thing, like I said in the first 2 episodes. But oh boy, these last 3, me and the Dudesy AI are simpatico. Yes, I kind of also went into it going, hey, Chad, doesn't matter. The Dudesy AI is gonna tell us what to do. It's gonna guide us.
But what if you did? What if you're like, I got something on my mind?
I'll say whatever the fuck I want.
And what will Dudesy ever be like? That's not what we were agreed upon.
Not necessarily, but I am finding that at the end of the episode, there are things that are missing from, as Dudesy says, its data set that it needs. So I made, you know, I should maybe play ball more. I am starting to really become excited by it because I'm being a bit of an asshole about it because I'm kind of like, I don't want to do like like the podcast thing, and there's so many of them and shit, and I don't know if I want to do it again. And here's this thing that's sort of taken me out of it, and you know, providing pretty much the framework, the blueprint. All I got to do is come in, show up, do what I think is funny, talk about what I think is interesting. And yet I've been like kind of going in there, going, Chad, we don't need to necessarily listen to exactly what Dudesy AI is saying. Let's just do our own thing.
What's one of the data points that you were missing when you did your own thing?
Oh, well, there was an episode where we were tasked with coming up with an original song. And Chad loves to fuck around on Pro Tools and stuff like that. Me, not so much. And then I forgot about it. And then 2 days before we recorded, Chad's like, you got that song ready? And I was like, no. So I just didn't do it. It was like a missed homework assignment. And there were
repercussions.
There were some repercussions.
Do you think it's a coincidence that not too long after that, your back started hurting from work?
That's terrifying. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
He's not wrong, William.
Are you not a musical boy?
No, I love music and I do some music here and there, but I just didn't do it.
Could we do some music on this podcast?
No.
Strike 2.
I do music on this podcast a lot. I love.
Do you want to play your guitar?
I'm more of a piano player. I don't play guitar much anymore, but it's not set up.
You play, you play the piano.
But I could put on an instrumental something, and I love to come up with music.
The great thing about Take Your Shoes Off Pod is, and now there would have been something musical there, right?
Yeah.
There's like a goblin farting on the keys like Tom Hanks and Robert Loggia did in Big.
Magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun,
Chopsticks.
Mauser.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's actually part of what inspired our theme song, because at the end we go,
oh, yeah.
yeah.